So you fell off the Pinterest marketing wagon and you want back on. That's okay, I'll give you a helping hand and we can just, get back on this thing together. So today, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do. There's about 6 steps, give or take, to get back on the Pinterest wagon the right way and hopefully not fall off again. I take students and clients through this when they come to me, VIP month clients specifically when I speak about clients, because most of my clients, I just do this for them and we don't fall off. However, I have recently fallen off the Pinterest wagon myself. I actually don't think I've posted anything on Pinterest since like October of 2023, which is honestly embarrassing. However, at the end of the year, I had lots going on and I'm not ashamed of it. So today I'm gonna walk you through it. I don't want you to feel guilty for falling off the wagon. Look, we all have times of peaks and valleys. We all have times that we need to step away from things and then we can come back to them when we're ready. So if you are like feeling that right now with Pinterest and you're ready to come back, then let's do it together, shall we? So let's actually jump right in. I actually created some slides for you. So I'm gonna walk you through what this looks like and I'll see you on the other side. So you've fallen off of the Pinterest wagon, right? And it can sometimes feel like this cute little panda falling down a hill, and sometimes it just feels like you drove yourself off of a cliff, and that's okay. So what I'm gonna walk you through today is the process of actually getting started again. So this is what I'm calling the Pinterest Jumpstart. We really want to start by auditing our objectives for this platform, and objectives include your goals and your audience. What are you doing in the year, this new year? Do you have new offers? Do you have new content types that you're going to be promoting? Has anything in your business changed from when you previously did this and set up your Pinterest profile? Because a lot of people, when they get started again, they have these questions of like, oh, well, what do I do with these boards because these aren't relevant? Or, oh, what do I do with these pins because they're not relevant to my new audience? So if you're feeling that, like if you have a new audience, if you have new content types, anything like that that we need to update, change, this is that time to be thinking through that. So let's audit your audience and your goals. Now, sometimes that's going to look like your goals may be the same as far as promoting the same products that you have in your business. Maybe nothing has changed, or maybe nothing content has changed, but you've added a new layer in. So for example, last year I added a new layer in for talking about Etsy related to Pinterest. So I added a new board recently where I started putting my Etsy content that I talk about. So that could also be you. So if that is you, then we need to identify that. Now, moving on, that could also mean new keywords and new boards, and you will understand how to do all of that. I'll have all the links at the end of the video, but I have links for all of this to teach you how to do all of this. I have a board strategy, SEO, you name it. Now, the next step is keeping yourself up to date on any platform changes for this year. Is there anything platform-wise or strategy-wise for the platform that has changed? Now, I keep you up to date on this channel with all of that content. So there is a video on this channel I just released. It was the first week of January 2024. That will keep you abreast of all the changes. Pretty much nothing major has changed for this year, just so if you're here watching, other than we are adding in a couple new creative types and we are consistently pinning. Okay, number 3 is creative imagery updates. Do you have any Pinterest templates that need to be changed? Do you have any photos that you need to upload to Canva? Did you get new brand photos done, or do you need new photos? Do you need to look for new stock photography because the brand identity and like how your brand looks and is perceived is changing? These are all things you want to think through as you get started on Pinterest again, because that'll be less of a hurdle you have to jump when it comes to actually creating your Pinterest pins. The last thing is, do you have or need new branding for the year? And this is not required, but a lot of people at the end of the year always go through kind of like a creative refresh. So if you're in that phase, then we may need to go ahead and look at getting that updated in Pinterest as well. With the new brand kit in Canva, it makes it super easy for you to update all your logos, your any icons that you use, your fonts, your brand photos are now located in your brand kit. And it's so easy to keep everything in one place. Now, step 4 is thinking about what content and trends and top performers that you want to utilize in your business. And I'm gonna walk you through these slides, and then I'm gonna screen share a different screen. I'm gonna walk you through each of these steps, so bear with me. Number 4 is content trends and top performers. What content trends are coming up in the next 90 days that you already have content or products on that you can capitalize on, because that is a quick win for you. And then number 2 is what top performers for content that are evergreen or accurate and relevant right now can you reuse and recreate new pins for, because those are also really fast wins for everybody. So let's get those written down in one place. Content planning. What content do you have now that you haven't created content for Pinterest on? So this kind of goes back to the content trends and top performers. This is really looking forward for what trends are happening and what past content you had, but there may also be kind of like this really nice in-between of content you've created, but you never made any pins for it. So let's look at that list as well. And then number 6 is setting new goals. Based on your updates, let's chat about how you can create new goals for the platform. So how many Pinterest pins do you want to make per day? How many were you doing last year that you were able to keep up with before you fell off the wagon? That's probably a really good place to start. How many types of content do you want to rotate through? Types of content I covered in a recent video are things like videos, animated pins, standard pins, infographic style pins. And then the formats of content. Again, types of content and formats of content are in the 2024 update video if you want to go and look through that. Now, the last thing is assigning tasks, and this screen actually shows you all the YouTube videos that I have for everything that you can go and watch. Assigning tasks, so using something like my Pinterest system or anything else, something similar to get you started. So it could be as simple as like a spreadsheet that you can utilize to really get yourself started again. Let's not create a brand new system right now if you are just trying to get back started again. That's I think one of the biggest mistakes that people can make is actually recreating the wheel and not actually utilizing what they already have in their businesses. You don't need new shiny toys. Okay, say it with me. I don't need new shiny toys. I can use what I have. All right, so we're gonna do that. So if you don't have my Pinterest system, you don't have to get it in order to get started. You can use a simple spreadsheet. And again, I'm gonna walk you through each of these steps for myself, because remember, I'm the one that fell off the wagon here, and I'm owning up to it. I fell off the wagon in October. Prior to that, I was pretty consistently pinning on Pinterest every single month, but come October, I was just really busy with life and with work and holidays coming that I had to give away something on my plate, and Pinterest was the thing I gave away. All right, so that is the end of the slides. I'm actually going to show you in another recording what this process looks like and how it all comes together. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is start to audit your content channels to figure out what content you have on your docket that you haven't shared to Pinterest yet. So one really easy way to do that is to go to Pinterest, and just right here in your content tab, you can see what you shared last. So really the last thing that I shared on Pinterest that was of substance was the Tailwind Ghostwriter stuff and the board strategy video. So if I go back in my content over here on YouTube, we go back to September actually. So I shared the board strategy video, but then pretty much like I said, starting October, I didn't really share anything else. So I have quite a lot of content here that I can go ahead and start grabbing links for and begin sharing that over to Pinterest. So the very first thing that I would do in this case is I would just start grabbing the links for all of these things, and I would put them in my content system that I'm gonna run. So this is my Pinterest system. This is what my pin plan, monthly pin plan sheet looks like. And I would literally just come in here and start grabbing these URLs and dropping them in. Now, occasionally in our businesses, you know, we don't have YouTube channels. Maybe you don't have a YouTube channel, but you do have a blog. So do the same thing with your blog. What blog posts have you written and shared that need either updated? So this is an old post that we updated in October. This is a post that we updated in October that we can reshare again. And I would grab those URLs and again start popping them into the sheet. Now, the next part that I went through with this with you, let's go to the end, is audiences and objectives. Now, I want to just pause and pop over to my Pinterest profile and quickly take a peek at my boards and see if there's just anything that is either public that shouldn't be, or like this lead magnet thing that I created 17 weeks ago. That doesn't have a board cover on it. There's no content on there other than a YouTube video. So this is a board that I can really easily make content for because I haven't created anything for my lead magnet opt-in on Pinterest, it looks like. So I have something there. I can make note of that. And then video pins. There's just one YouTube video about video pins on there. And then I'm just looking to see if there are other boards that I could go ahead and create Pinterest boards for. Not boards, but topics. And I don't really see anything that sticks out to me audience-wise that's missing, but you want to go through your boards and just take a peek. What on your list of boards can you go and look at? See, I have another video pin board here, and I've got one down here. So I have two that I could look at actually combining. So as we audit our Pinterest account and we audit our Pinterest boards for missing topics and gaps, that is something that you also want to add to your to-do list. So you might have a separate little note or something all to the right here. And then I want to just make a really quick note. And that it could just be as simple as that. Just making a note for yourself in your pin plan so you know what you're working on for the month. Now, as we look back to we audited objectives and our goals for the year, nothing really for me has changed other than the fact that I have new topics to talk about. So that lead magnet board is definitely a good example. And I added the Etsy audience in last year. So this year I might want to start talking more to Shopify, but there was a Shopify board on my profile towards the bottom that I never pinned to, Shopify for beginners. I might actually change and edit this to be Shopify for Pinterest marketing or something of that nature. Platform changes, I'm already aware of the platform changes that I need to take into consideration. So we're going to pop down to creative and imagery updates. And we actually do those right inside of Canva in projects. I'm going to go to my folder, which is here. And then in my Pinterest folder, I have templates that are in here that we like to use. The last time I made a Pinterest template update was last year, probably about mid-year, and they were these. So that's definitely something that I could go in and look for. So if I go back into all of my projects, my folders, my digital product stores, and then take a peek at some of these templates, maybe like this Luxe one, I could add these to my template updates and we could start using these for templates if we wanted to. I don't want to because these don't really match my brand vibe. But that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to update creatives and things like that. So I haven't actually I don't have any updates for creatives for myself. So we're gonna skip past that and we're gonna go to top performers. The next thing that I really wanna look at is top performers on Pinterest and Pinterest trends. So let's first start by looking at our overview and just quickly looking at last year and seeing last year what pins were our top performers. Okay, and it's not gonna give me anything more than 6 months. So I'm gonna default it to 90 days and we're gonna look at it together. So on the 90-day mark here under all engagements, I wanna look at all engagements because that includes everything in this list. I can see that this Pinterest ads blog post that guest wrote for Jessica Stansberry is doing quite well in the last 90 days. So that might be going back to the top of my list, share again, make more pins for that. The Pinterest SEO, I did promote this for a little while as a retargeting ad. So you can see what that looks like if we were to open that up individually. It's got about 6,500 impressions lifetime. So even though I promoted it, we could actually filter this out to be organic only. Should be able to. Organic, apply. And yep, it drops it out, and we have the how to get traffic to your YouTube channel. My board cover, we have a board video post, how to revamp your Pinterest boards. We have a post about ChatGPT. We have some old posts about YouTube again, how to optimize your website for Pinterest, and the ChatGPT library. So those are my top like 10 pins for 2023. And then if we keep scrolling, we can see, again, podcasting, ChatGPT, starting brand new on Pinterest. What I would do is I would come in and I would take these topics out, add them to my notes or back to my list of pins to make again, and I would create additional content for those. This is going to YouTube. So one of my top pins for 2024 or 2023 was a YouTube video pin. That's amazing. Love to see it. People are always asking me, can I make pins for YouTube videos? And I always tell them yes. Yes, absolutely. Make pins for YouTube videos. The next thing is this ChatGPT. This is probably our blog post. Yes, it is. This actually ranks really well on Google. So now that I have a few of those added in, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop over to Pinterest trends. And we're gonna just briefly look at Pinterest trends for our business. So we're gonna go to analytics and trends, or you can type in trends.pinterest.com. Now the new trends came out for 2024, the new Pinterest predicts did come out, and I honestly feel so old looking at these. I don't like how they did this. I don't like these pictures and how they move. I just hate it. Eclectic grandpa, no thank you. So if you want to take a look at the Pinterest trends, the Pinterest predicts report, you can definitely do that by downloading them here, and then it won't bounce around on you. But then you can kind of come through and see if any of these match what you have going on. So financial services, this doesn't really match what I have going on. Entertainment, celebration, beauty, nothing in here is really good for me. Travel, this matches my travel blog, but that's about it. So in the Pinterest predicts, it's nothing really relevant for my marketing business, but that doesn't mean anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop over and we're gonna search a couple of our top terms. So let me just do that really quick. So we have digital marketing. When I search for Pinterest, digital marketing comes up, and that one is, this is right now, and it looks like it's gonna be growing throughout the year. So this is something that I could take into consideration. I don't really use the term digital marketing a whole lot. We can look at Pinterest, other Pinterest terms, and then what I can also do is go to top yearly trends. Nothing for me is gonna really be in the growing trends. And then if I pop myself into education, there's potentially going to be some stuff in here, but right now it's all classroom teacher stuff. So I don't really search by interest personally. I search by keywords. And then I just want to take a peek and see if there's anything in here that would be related. And if it's not in top yearly, chances are it's not going to be in any of the others. But if I search how to make pins, nothing's really coming up there. Nothing's coming up in Pinterest ads. If I search just advertising, I've got design, retro advertising. Nothing really in here pops for me except for advertising design. I could use that and create some content on Pinterest, advertising design, so like promoted pin advertising design, if I wanted to do that. So I could add that note. Okay, back to trends. I could search for things like Canva templates. I know that that is a trend because this is something that I do for a client of mine, so I could come in and actually grab that one as well. So if we look at this, we've got a lot of Instagram stuff, but just in general, Canva templates is up, so I could also add that to my notes. Now, I want you to go through and look for trends for yourself and make notes and just see when they are going to be rising. And so let's just take a look at this dinner ideas right now. If we take a look at that on our trends map, our little graph up here, you can see that this is pretty well, you know, standard all year long. It really starts to drop off during the holiday season because people are not looking for dinner ideas for this. They're looking for Thanksgiving meals in the US. So this is in the United States, the week of November 24th. This year, it'll probably be, you know, a different week. So it won't be the 24th, but sometime in November. You get it. So we're looking for the high moments, and we're trying to figure out what's really picking up and when. And we want to be we already want our content out when this starts to rise. So you want to look for those peaks and valleys and start publishing your content in the valleys. All right, let's pop back over to our slides to refresh ourselves of where we're at. We've gone through objectives, platform changes, creative imagery updates, and content trends and top performers. The next thing that we want to do is really start to look at our content planning. Because you've started pulling content out in the objectives and trends and the top performers research and any other content that you just haven't published for, like I did at the beginning of this, we're going to start to have a list of content that's growing, and we can really quickly see, okay, these are videos. Let's go ahead and get videos made for this. This is a static image. And then through the process of this, you can see how this is going to change. And now you have a list of content that you can start getting published on Pinterest, and you can jumpstart this process, and you're not guessing as to what to create for because you already know. Now, the setting new goals part, I would really start as simple as you can because you want this habit to stick. That's the whole point when we start a new habit, is to make it as easy as possible for us to achieve. So as we get started, for how many pins, like I said earlier in the video, you want to look at how many pins you were doing before you fell off the wagon and maybe start there. You may even bump it down. So if you were doing 3, you might want to start with 2. Make it so easy that it feels like such a big win and you get that dopamine hit and you want to keep going. The types of content or formats of content I would not worry about right now. So the types of content being, you know, do you want to create video? Do you want to create static? And then formats being, you know, do you want to throw in infographics and things like that? I'm probably mixing that up, honestly. If we go back really quickly, here we go. Pinterest pin types are the format, and Pinterest pin styles are the content of the pin. So standard pins are standard, video pins are obviously videos, and infographic pins are obviously infographics. So these are the formats, okay? And then what's in the content of the pin can even be different. So you could make an infographic pin as a video, right? And you could take the standard pin and actually make it a video later. So it could be a standard and a video. Then you could take this pin and make it an infographic. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't focus so much on this part in the beginning and really just focus on getting new content out. And then the last thing is really just pulling it all together in your Pinterest system. So really quickly, I'm gonna go and pull some more content, get it in this list, and I'm gonna start making pins for this stuff today. So let's go and do that together really quick, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I've pulled all my YouTube content out. Now I wanna pull out my Pinterest funnel content that I need to make pins for again. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those in there. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's X'd out. Yeah, okay, that is an old link. And then that's my automation guide, so that's fine. And then back to the funnel documentation, I wanna grab my lead magnet workbook because remember I saw that as an opportunity on Pinterest. Okay, and then to the Shopify store because that's probably something I need to talk more about too. So go to the Shopify store. I don't know that there's a whole lot new over here. 5 more things in my list of things to promote. So let's pop over and just grab some freebies that I didn't grab. So I have my ads starter kit. I know because of the advertising trend, that's going to be something that we should promote. The Pinterest strategy guide, I probably already have a link for that somewhere in here, but we're going to do a second one. And then I want to look at $10 or less. So these are products. All of my Shopify's are products. This is a blog and this is a blog. So you can see I mostly have YouTube videos, a few blogs, a few free offers, a few products, and a service. And that's actually really good to get me back on the bandwagon and get me creating on Pinterest again. So I'm gonna start by creating these Pinterest pins and getting them scheduled through Tailwind. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and getting you guys back on track. Now, a couple of things in the comments or the description of this video, I will link all of these videos that are gonna help you get started again. And these are my workflow videos. So it's gonna walk you through like my Pinterest system workflow, Pinterest trends, how to use it, 2024 updates, is Pinterest right for your business? All of these videos will be linked in the description of the main video. All right, so you're back on the wagon. You have some action items and a really good place to start. We've reviewed all of the things that you could possibly need to review that we were doing before, that we might be doing in the new year. So with this video, I'm gonna leave you with all the ones in the description down below if you need those resources, and hopefully I will see you in the comments with any questions that you have. In the meantime, head on over and watch this playlist, and I will see you next time.